Hi, it's Congresswoman Jan Schakowsky, and I'm back with my plans and pans. Well, I am so happy this week in the House of Representatives, we were able to pass one of the bills that I am a sponsor of called the Ticket Act. How many of you have been frustrated where you order something online? It could be a big day for your family. I know for me, for example, getting tickets for Hamilton, and I thought, okay, here we go. I'm going to get them for my family. And the number that they said, the cost that they said originally, by the end of the transaction, it was about 30% more than I had expected. A lot more than I expected because those tickets were pretty expensive to begin with. But even for something as small as a neighborhood baseball game, often you sign up and you are ready to pay your money and you find out that the price is way more than you thought. So the legislation that we passed in the Ticket Act says the price you get originally or that you see in advertising is the price you pay. That's it. No more adding hidden costs. So we are so excited about the passage. I say we because it was a totally bipartisan bill, passed unanimously out of the Energy and Commerce Committee, and it was passed on the floor almost unanimously. And now we are hoping that the Senate will move quickly to make sure that all those special occasions that you want to participate in are going to be the right price. So here are the things that it does. There are basically four things. One is what I said. The fee that you expect is the fee that you pay, nothing more. Secondly, if there is a cancellation of the event, you have to get full compensation back. They can't just keep your money. Number three, the seller of tickets has to have that ticket in hand. You don't want to find out when you get to the venue that, no, actually that vendor did not have that ticket and you're really out of luck. And then there are scammers. And we are now going to get the Federal Trade Commission to go after them to make sure that they cannot be online at all or anywhere offering a venue ticket. So we're very happy. You know, this isn't maybe earth-shattering, but if you have a big event for your family or even a small one, you don't want to be price gouged, which is what we have been seeing. In addition to protecting the fans, it is also going to protect the venues and the artists themselves. So this is a good deal, and Senate, come on, help us get it to the president. I am on the Environment Subcommittee, I'm happy to say, and we had as a witness at our hearing this week the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, Michael Reagan, and I began by thanking him for what the EPA does to keep us safe, to address the climate crisis, and we have heard nothing but criticism from the other side of the aisle, I'm afraid, of the wonderful things that the EPA has done to make the environment even safer for us. So I thanked him, but I also gave a shout out to our Region 5 person for the EPA in the Chicago area and the Midwest. And that is my good friend Deborah Shore, who has done an incredible job. With the administrator, I wanted to raise two issues. One is soot pollution. That is that we, in many parts of our state, are breathing bad air. And we know that in Illinois, there are neighborhoods where 1 out of 3 children has asthma due to the bad air. But the EPA has strengthened the rules to make sure that we eliminate or decrease the amount of soot. The other issue is about lead in pipes. Illinois is number 2 in the nation with over 1 million lead pipes that are still available. What does that mean? Lead, there is no cure for lead if you get lead poisoning. The presence of lead in water can cause developmental delays, especially in children. It is a real problem. So the EPA did grant some money to Illinois to address the problem of lead pipes that are so prominent in our state. But we have a long way to go to make sure that we get rid of all of them. We do not want children, families, anyone having to drink water that actually is toxic because lead is in it. In the Budget Committee, which I'm also on, there was a markup, which means that there was actually a vote on legislation to prevent, and I agree with this, controlling some government spending and preventing overpayments. But I spoke out and actually offered an amendment that said it left out some important overspending. And one of them that never got even mentioned is the cost of prescription drugs. We know that Big Pharma has overcharged Medicare on drug costs. And it affects consumers, there's no question about it. Fortunately, though, the Inflation Reduction Act has begun to negotiate for lower drug prices. And what the Congressional Budget Office found that just doing that could actually save $237 billion of overpayments over 10 years. So this is a significant thing that should be included whenever we're discussing how are we going to reduce government spending. But no, the Republicans said that that was not really relevant right now, and I was very disappointed that we would not be able to pass the amendment that I offered to include the price gouging. You know that we as Americans spend, when it comes to brand name prescription drugs, about 5 times as much of any other country on the same exact drug. I've said before, I feel like we're treated as chumps here in the United States, and we've got to stop doing that. So I tried to enter that into saying, if we really want to control costs, let's do something about Big Pharma. One of my most favorite events of the year, held in my district, is a celebration of a national program called Artistic Discovery, which invites high school students around the country to present one example of the art that they have done. It can be painting, colored pencils, it can be a photograph, it can be digital, more and more of those lately. And I was so happy that 31 students from 8 different high schools in the 9th Congressional District participated. Actually, that's the biggest number that we have had. And their artwork was beautifully displayed at the Skokie Library, which every year has done that. And when you go there to see the artwork, you see that it is treated just like at any professional gallery. So we thank the Skokie Library for doing this every year. So it is an opportunity to also thank the teachers and the parents as well as these young artists. Actual research was done and found that students that do participate in art have, in general, higher grade point averages, and the chance of dropout rates is lower. And so we want to always encourage young people, regardless of their decisions later in life, to enjoy the arts and to participate in artistic discovery. The first place winner is from New Trier, is Rintaro Kishi. He is a senior. He has actually participated before. This was his third time, and I was happy to be able to tell him that after 2 other tries, he is the winner, and we'll be able to go to join all of the winners from around the country, students from everywhere in the United States, and they will be honored at a ceremony. And that piece of art will be on display in the Capitol for thousands, tens of thousands of people to see for a year. I'm very proud of Rintaro's contribution and look forward to seeing him and perhaps his family when they come for the award ceremony nationally. I wanted to make sure that you knew that May is Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. I think it's so important that we acknowledge and celebrate the diversity of our great country and of our district. The 9th Congressional District is one of the most diverse in the country, and I am so proud that we have a large and growing Asian American population in the 9th Congressional District. So we thank them for all the contributions, celebrate along with them as partners, and so let's all take advantage of the celebration. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where my handle is @Jan Schakowsky.